Hi, everyone. Welcome to Unscaled. It's Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. Thanks for showing up. You look good today, and you kind of smell nice. I don't know how you know that thing, but you know what? We're just going to keep it on rolling. Thanks for tuning in. And if you don't know, this is the coolest travel show in Las Vegas. Darn it, if I do say so myself. I'm joined by my friend, my partner in crime and a lot of stuff. He is Mr. Sports Vagabond himself, but you might know him as Michael Price, MP. What's happening, baby?
Dude, I'm doing great. Hey, the best travel show in the world.
That's right.
That's right. We're not just, we're not local.
I'm declaring war on all the other travel shows. You know why?
You ain't taking no shows.
Here's the thing. I listen to a lot of travel shows. I especially listen to a lot of travel shows before I started my own. Do you know how boring they are? They're so boring.
What?
You know, here's the thing. Every place they go is the greatest place they've ever been. And that's bull crap.
That's bull crap.
We've been to some crappy places.
We talk about it.
Yeah, I talk about it on air.
Yeah.
If you're crappy, I'm going to tell you you're crappy.
In fact,
we were talking with someone earlier today, nice young lady who was from France. We were talking about how crappy Paris is.
Hey, facts are facts.
City of Lights. Okay? Place people grow up just wanting to be at and in at all times. Look, Paris was very, very overrated. Now I'm not allowed to go to Paris. So, but thanks for tuning in. You didn't expect that off the top of the show. Hey, Paris is crappy. But you know what? We got some news. We're going to talk news at first. We're going to talk, of course, the sensational news about the tragedy that happened with the lost submarine that was looking at the Titanic and everything. Will it set back extreme tourism? Because that's what this was. That's what they were doing. That's what it's a part of, and that includes space tourism, things like that. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about a company now offering like hot air balloon things where it'll take you up almost to space where you can have dinner and then, supposed to bring you back down to Earth. Will it put a dent in these kind of things? Will it put more restrictions on what companies can do, what they can offer, and how they might put the public, even if they're paying, even if they're billionaires, in danger? Okay. We're also going to talk about a new list coming out, listing out the most expensive and least expensive airports to fly out of domestically. Little nod here to Harry Reid. We're going to take a look here at Vegas. New news from Vegas, Spiegelworld. Those proud, weirdly cool people that operate Absinthe and operate a number of things here around Vegas have some new shows, have some new restaurants, have some new cocktail places that they want you to come visit.
Oh, that was my Ed McMahon. Sorry about that.
Then we're going to take a trip over to Speed Vegas, where we're going to have some fun with the folks there. And if you don't know what Speed Vegas is, it's a exotic car racetrack. They also have off-road. They also have go-karts that go super fast. We're going to go talk to them, see what makes them tick. We're going to take a look under the hood there at Speed Vegas. And, of course, we're going to end everything with some strange news stories from around the travel world. Let's get started. Some travel news. We'll start. You know what? I think we're going to flip this because I don't know how you go from one to the other here. So actually, I'm going to start with Finance Buzz. Finance Buzz is a I don't know. How do you describe Finance Buzz? They're this team. They put together lists and things like that all around finance, talking about the most expensive and least expensive airports to fly out of if you are looking for domestic flights. They put a list out there. They analyzed all these different things. I don't know what they do. They make these reports. I don't know how they make people smarter than me make reports. Listing out the most expensive place. The most expensive place, Washington, D.C.'s Dulles Airport. The average cost, domestic flight cost, leaving that particular airport, $494.78. Almost $500 to fly domestically across. And now, I don't know necessarily if that means that people are buying flights to the other side of the country, which might make sense, or if it's just up and down the East Coast, or if it's something in between there. But $494 over $494 just to fly out of Washington Dulles.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to leave Washington, D.C., that's the only way you can do it.
But,
well, in the air.
I guess, first of all, I didn't know that the airport predicated the cost of the ticket itself. So this is new information to me. Because how does that affect Travelocity? How does that, Expedia, when they're looking and doing all that calculating for like 5 seconds where you put that information in there?
I'm sure it's somewhere, but how do airlines calculate? Now, I know everything comes down to supply and demand.
Sure.
Everything does. But how do they, if you're looking at a flight of similar length, of similar time and everything from Washington Dulles out of, then compared to like JFK or something that's at least in the region, same coast and everything, at least somewhere in the region of that area. How does it figure to be more? The next most expensive one is SFO, the San Francisco International Airport, where it's $456. Yeah.
No. And you know what? I knew that because my daughter always complains because she flies out of San Jose.
Oh.
So she just goes the other direction.
So she goes out of San Jose instead of San Francisco. See, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Why is it seemingly less expensive to fly out of or San Jose than it is to SFO? I'd love to see those kind of algorithms and those kind of things. That I went to Tokyo a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Flying into Narita Airport was less expensive than flying into Tokyo Airport.
Now, did you know this before you took the trip or signed up?
Oh, yeah, when I was looking at tickets.
Okay.
They were decidedly different, decidedly less expensive, more expensive kind of, that position. But it just kind of, now, yeah, I mean, I understand that Tokyo Airport is like in Tokyo, like the city, on right off the water. Narita's a little outside. It takes like a train, that you have to ride for about an hour or so into the city. But you wouldn't think it would make that much of a difference, but it was decidedly different. So, and these three airports, the most expensive ones, are in different parts of the country. So you have Washington, D.C.'s Dulles Airport. Then you have San Francisco's International Airport. The third one is Charlotte's Douglas International Airport.
I'm walking out of here. Charlotte.
You go from D.C. to SFO to Charlotte? What? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no, it makes no sense. I'm listening to this. The fact that New York wasn't in those top three.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's somewhere 4 or 5, but the fact that it wasn't number one because of all the travel, the international travel, which for San Francisco, I'm sure that's another reason because of the international travel from the airport itself.
Yeah.
But Charlotte, hey, God bless you, Charlotte. Get you're a great destination, great vacation town, beautiful, beautiful city. But I did not see this one coming blindsided. But that's, what? Prices are subjective. You talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Pricing is subjective, and what be expensive to you could be something that's just affordable to me. So we know how that works. But so let me ask you this, though. But it's the same principle rules as far as when you leave to go on a vacation. There's certain days you want to leave on, certain days you want to come back. Yeah. Things like that, right?
That's always the popular, when they start looking at pricing and like dynamic pricing on days and things like that. They say Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay.
Tuesdays, flying in and out, and Thursdays, like I think coming back in. So, those are the kind of days, but more and more people are saying that's kind of not the case, and it depends on where, because it's really different here in Vegas.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because at the opposite end of this list we're talking about, the least expensive airport on average to fly out of domestically, right here in Vegas. Harry Reid Airport, always known as McCarran, but Harry Reid Airport, International Airport, with an average domestic flight cost of only $264.24. Now, compare the first one, almost $500, $494 compared to our own $264. Again, like, are people just, I'd love to see their mix, honestly. Is it like domestically, are people just jumping over to SFO, who also is higher on the scale, or LAX? Does LAX, because of the quick flight time right there and the low prices, you can go to LA for, if you want to get on one of those unnamed, very cheap airlines, you can go on there sometimes they will give you money to get on a plane.
Lose your bags too.
Yeah, you. They make up. They'll take your bags. They'll take your bags.
Collateral
for money.
You want your bags back?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? A hijack?
Yeah, and they'll give you some Trident gum.
Yeah,
So, but the least expensive, the top three least expensive, Harry Reid Airport, Fort Lauderdale. Now I can't speak.
Say it, man. Say it.
Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, and then Orlando International are the bottom three. So there you go. I mean, the three most expensive and least expensive.
The stuff that you find to talk about, and folks, like I keep telling you every week, he doesn't show me these things. He wants to see the effect and surprise on my face. So this one, sir.
That took up more time than
because
I thought.
Who thinks about an airport costing your ticket based on the airport itself? In your mind, it's distance. It's distance, distance, and I'm never. I guess I learned something new today.
Yeah.
But I bet you've asked 9 out of 10 people. I was going to go lower, but I was like, nah. 9 out of 10 people, what is their ticket price based on? It's like, oh, I'm going from Vegas to Detroit. So it's the distance there. 1,000 miles. I'm the 1,000 miles.
And the crazy thing is, on top of all of this is when travel prices have spiked. Especially like international flights and things compared to last summer. Everything is spiking, because of all the things that are going on in the world, apparently. And travel, like more people are traveling. Let's see. On Friday, ahead of Juneteenth, which just passed, TSA screened more than 2.7 million travelers, the most to pass through the U.S. airports since 2019. So even a year before COVID and all of that happened. So, hey, who knows? Who knows what's in the mix? Stay right here. When we come back, we're going to talk the tragedy of the submarine Titanic thing. It's horrible. What happened? What would put a dent in extreme tourism? We're going to discuss it, debate it when we come back. Keep it right here. It's on Scale.
Hi, I'm Ronnie the Tax Lady. Do you or your business owe money to the IRS? Then call me today and get qualified for CNC tax status, and you won't pay the IRS a dime. That's right. If you qualify for financial hardship through the CNC program, you won't pay the IRS a dime. Call now and speak with a tax professional, 800-927-4423. That's 800-927-4423. Or go to RonnieTheTaxLady.com.
Welcome back to Unscaled. It's Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. Thanks for tuning in, as you do every single week. Like I said earlier, you look good. Is that a new haircut? I really enjoy it. I don't care what the kids say. Your hair looks cool to me. Welcome back to the show. I'm joined by Michael Price, MP. We're having fun. A little bit later on the show, we're going to talk to those beautiful people at Speed Vegas. Get a little kick of adrenaline as they take us around the track there right outside of town, south end of the Strip. We're also going to chat a little bit more about the new things at Spiegelworld, those fun, hilarious people that are behind Absinthe and Atomic Saloon, and some other fun stuff. They got some new projects here in town that you need to check out. Now it kind of turns to a serious topic, tragedy over these last few days. Now, I think everyone knows, but just in case you don't, there was it's basically an exploratory submarine that they used often to go down to the wreckage of the Titanic and ships like that to explore these kind of places that are far, kind of out of the reach for normal things. A company, and I'm not trying to blast the company, but they started taking basically tourists down there. People were paying big dollars to do these extreme things. Extreme tourism is a newer and upcoming facet of travel tourism. You have some folks that are, there are private and commercial space tourism places that are just getting under wraps. It's already happening. They're taking tourists to not quite outer space, but right on the brink of outer space. Virgin Atlantic, Blue Origin, all these companies are trying to do that on a regular basis and make it a regular thing because they can charge a lot of money for these services. This is just another kind of extreme thing. There's also a company we talked about a couple of weeks ago. They want to bring people up to one part of the atmosphere way up there, like 13 miles above the Earth, and serve them Michelin star restaurant type food, and then gently, if everything goes correctly, gently bring them back down to Earth. We talked about kind of jokingly that might be a one-way trip. You don't know what's happening. And it's not to make light of the tragedy that's happened where, multiple people lost their lives with this thing. My question to you, MP, I am very interested to see, do you think that even in the short term, people seem to have short memories sometimes, but even in the short term, do you think this is going to hurt or hinder, even in the slightest, extreme tourism and what people are willing to pay, what dangers people are willing to pay to put themselves in?
No, I was, going to do my fast answer like I normally do. No, but I don't think at all, man, because you have to think about the person who is signing up for this. Yeah. It's not the average guy. It's, it's not the man who works at sales at a radio station or, as a plumber, from Saskatchewan. We're talking about people of power, people who get that rush from the decisions they make on their everyday life. And, and more importantly, people like Kanye West in his ugly outfits. You know why he wears those ugly outfits? Because no one else is wearing them. Because this is what I can do. No one else can do it like me. And that's the same thing with these vacations. You take this vacation, yeah, it's a great experience, but deep down inside of you, you can be able to say, hey, I went to the moon, I had a Michelin meal, and I'm doing it, talking about the tragedy and, God bless all those families down there. To those folks who went there, they were getting ready to have an exciting story to tell. Now, moving forward, I'm sure the company, and I can't remember the name that you were saying, I'm sure they're going to put some things in play. Ocean Gate. Yeah. I'm sure from this point on, they're going to all right, we had this tragedy. What can we do so this doesn't happen the next time we put this on? So, we talked about it earlier. I had a group of people who were just saying, the different things, having a spare sub ready to go down there, tubes, different things. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer. But, long-term, short-term answer, no, it's got to knock them off. I'm sitting here listening at some of the best extreme vacations adventure in the USA. And, these things, I didn't even know you could do all these things, but it's a list of exciting things you can do. And the people are going to do it. They're not 9-to-5ers. It's not going to stop them, man. If anything, what this is going to do is put more caution into the way that they approach them.
Is this really, even though they're paying $250,000, okay, that's how much tickets go on Ocean Gate expeditions to go down to the Titanic, the famous crash, $250,000, Bob. Is it really any different than bungee jumping?
No.
I'm kind of thinking out loud here. The dangers of bungee jumping. You see it all the time. We have so many tragic videos and stories of bungees snapping and things like that. And while it may, for those people who might have been on the fence, people like me, no, would never do that. I've seen that video. No, thank you. It's not going to happen. But I wasn't going to do it before that. So, yeah, I don't think it slowed down anything. If anything else, it kind of adds to the danger. Like, this could happen. And I know a lot of people without empathy made light of it because only billionaires can really afford this kind of thing.
Right.
And we do have this kind of lack of empathy right now in this country for people who have money. And I don't think that's fair, but that's a different topic. It's more of what's going to happen with this, short term, the lawsuits and everything else that's going to happen, because it's only after a tragedy like this happens that all the stuff that was defective with the submersible comes to light saying that they only had 96 hours of oxygen, breathable oxygen. It's weird things like, we can tag sharks right now, and they can locate the shark in an ocean within a few feet of where the shark is on a global scale. How come there isn't something like that in a submersible with human beings? And then all the other things that kind of people were making light of, like, it being controlled by what they say look like a Super Nintendo controller, and all being done for the lowest bidder. And it's horrible, but it sits at the top of my mind going, is this something that people are really going to get past to, or are we just going to brush it off like we usually do and continue to make light of it because who is involved?
Yeah, no, it's a tragedy. It's not going to change. It's the nature of humans to.
I mean, that's a PlayStation controller. I'll show you a picture now. Look at it.
Oh, that's legit?
That's what controlled the thing.
Oh my God!
And if you can't see it, look. I mean, it's all over Google. You can find the.
Please Google it.
It looks like a PlayStation controller. Should it? I think a better question is: should it give people pause? Should the government step in more and be like, look, the technology still isn't there yet? I know James Cameron did this. James Cameron did it years ago whenever he was doing all his stuff to make the movie Titanic. He went down in one of these submersibles. Did he need to? I don't know. But for the accuracy of it, he needed to see what the Titanic looked like and things like that. But should they? Should people be able to do stuff like that?
Now, you are the Full Metal Traveler.
Yes.
So I'm just going to have this conversation not to make you afraid,
Oh.
but just to state a fact. We go up in airplanes every day.
That's true.
We go up in
big
airplanes.
metal tubes.
Yeah, big metal tubes that are going to get us from point A to point B.
Yeah.
And we don't blink about it.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we've had 100 years of aviation.
No, and I get what you're saying. 100 years of aviation, but in our minds, yeah, that's aviation, but we're talking about technology. So in our minds, technology is just great. If you build it, it's great. Wait, it was built in, and again, not making offense. Oh my God, if it's built in Asia, oh my God, it's really, really great. Because of a technology standpoint, they are further ahead than we are. But no, man, it's not going to stop. This is, again, it's thrill seekers. Thrill seekers want the thrill.
Is it just part of human nature?
It's it. That's it.
We push things.
We
want
push
to,
it.
And they call space the final frontier, right? But I mean, our oceans too. We know so very much, or so little about our oceans and what's down there because it's so far down and we can't reach it. We didn't. Every time a new creature washes up, we're like, oh, "What is this?" And it's just like it's a fish or something, But I just. At what point do you have the government step in and say, "Look, okay, we know you're going to do this, so look, here's some regulations." Should they do it? Because governments tend to sometimes overreact to things.
Are they oversteppers?
It was habitual line steppers.
Yeah.
But this was, it looks like an implosion. Everything points to what they're calling an implosion and not anything that, well, at this point, it's still very new, that they know. And do they even have black boxes on these things? So will we even know if someone did something wrong or something happened? I don't know. I have no idea if they even have black boxes.
So what's going to happen?
It's crazy.
Again, not making light, just looking at this big picture, macro picture, that Congress may intervene.
Yeah.
And then bring the manufacturers and have conversations about it. And put a bill into place. Like you're saying, and then that's how we get to where we need to be from a regulatory standpoint. Saying, okay, guys, hey, so you built this thing. When you built it, did XYZ. Well, what were your fail safes for XYZ? So what happened when XYZ? So It didn't work. So then, then they put in the fines. Yeah. Now they get fined for what they're doing from the government.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, now we can put it in play that, all right, we know we need to step in because that's what it's going to take. It's not going to be the company itself. The company's just going to slap themselves on the hand like, all right, next check. And not downplaying it, but they're in the business to make money and have fun.
Gotcha.
And guys are going to write checks.
Well, whatever you think, I'd love to hear it. Hit me up, fullmetaltraveler.com. Should the government step in? should people say no to extreme tourism? Or should I just shut up? This is Unscaled. Keep it right here. When we come back, we're going to talk to those fine folks over at Speed Vegas. Keep it right here.
Hi, I'm Ronnie the Tax Lady. Do you or your business owe money to the IRS? Then call me today and get qualified for CNC tax status, and you won't pay the IRS a dime. That's right. If you qualify for financial hardship through the CNC program, you won't pay the IRS a dime. Call now and speak with a tax professional, 800-927-4423. That's 800-927-4423. Or go to RonnieTheTaxLady.com.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy Long, the Full Metal Traveler. And you know, I love to bring you the very, very best of Vegas. So no doubt I had to find a way to get out here to the south side of the strip for the one and only Speed Vegas. Man, this is a place where you and your friends, whether you're doing a bachelor party, a bachelorette party, birthday party, whatever, you can come here, find your adrenaline kick. Speed Vegas, and I'm with one of the drivers, right?
Yes,
Mike Bolanos.
Yes, that's
They
correct.
come better known as Bomac.
That's correct. Yep.
Bomac is with me today, man. Come on, we're going to talk everything about it. First off, tell me, I know you do some drifting around here, but what do you do day to day here for Speed Vegas?
The main thing is actually the drifting part.
Okay.
I do the experience for drifting. So what it is, it's it's another program on the main racetrack. So if we have guests that's driving the supercars, and if they have like family or their kids, they want to go drifting, so they won't get left behind. So they get to do something with me, or even the drivers alike. You know,
Nice.
we call it as the icing on the cake to finish off everything, because we won't let you go drifting without driving first. That's
Right.
the very last part of the experience.
Oh, very last part. And it really is an experience. I mean, this is one of those places that it's not just, I mean, there are different places that offer you a chance to come get exotic cars and step inside, but you guys have so much to it. And in fact, we were talking off camera about a somewhat new experience, the off-road experience.
Yep.
I know that's something you guys are still trying to get out there with people. Tell me a little about off-roading, because this is something that really is unique.
Well, the off-road part is technically the other side of the spectrum of what we do.
Okay.
You're on the dirt. You come in, you know, you do your class. They take you to a briefing, and then they show you the racetrack, and then after that you go drive with instructor as your passenger to be, connected with you, showing you what to do and what not to do. Of course, safety is still our priority, and it's fun. It's just overall, like I said, it's the dirt version of what we do on track.
Man, and I see we had to have it here in the background. You're in the vehicle with the instructor and everything, but it's not just you're lightly, gently rolling over hills. I mean, some of these guys out here are catching some serious air.
Oh yeah. And they promote you to go fast and enjoy yourself, of course, on a safety manner of it, of course.
Right.
That's why it's really important that we teach you at least what we can in the beginning, on the intro, when you talk, when you come in and start your experience. It's really important for us to really teach you.
Right. So, I mean, I mentioned earlier about bachelor parties, bachelorette parties and everything, but who do you see the most of? Is it families like with mom, dad, and the kids, or is it bachelor parties, or just guys hanging out? Who do you guys see the most?
To be honest with you, it's what's happening during the week, but the bachelor thing is all year round.
Just like Vegas, it's seasonal.
People get married every day. So they're out here, and then like last weekend we have Father's Day. That was pretty crazy for us because you'll be surprised on the amount of local we get.
Yep.
But on Father's Day weekend, it's almost like we had like 200 people here.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would think like more than half of that was locals actually.
Jeez,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is a place that, I mean, if you go to California, if you're from Vegas and you go to California, you see it all the time.
Yes.
It's like 7 Magic Mountains right down the road, right? You see it all the time from a distance.
It's like a pimple sticking out. Yeah, it will be there,
I was describing it nicer, but yes, it's like a pimple, but it sticks out. But I guess it's something you don't really think about until it's that time. And then you get here, and like even today, we're here on a random day during the middle of the week, and you guys are full up. I mean, I mean, there's people everywhere here.
Like I said, the traffic really made a big difference. Back when we were on the north side, yeah, you see it, but I guess you're already on the verge of coming out of town. Here, like when you see it, people decide to, let's stop by and check it out. Or at least people from California, they see it, let's swing by before we go home.
Right.
So it's a lot of that opportunity for us, and it's working out great. And you know, for the people that was just trying to see it and then they finally actually really went, then they're blown away.
Now, let's talk about some of these exotic cars, man. What are some of the most exotic cars you have?
Well, we do have like the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, and we have the new Maserati as well. And we do offer the race cars, which is the challenge cars of Ferrari, and we have also the McLaren race cars. It's just a variance of a lot of different things. We go from supercars, exotic cars, and stuff like that. You know, so on the Ferrari side of things, you go from our entry-level F430 all the way to the 488 now. Wow. And we're just waiting for the newer cars to come out. But we try to keep up with what's out there, so people are actually really looking for that. Because you don't only get the enthusiasts, you also get the people that come out to test drive them because they want to drive it. They want to buy it.
Ooh.
So there's, you know, what other place to test drive the car but here? You cannot go 100 miles per hour on the street.
Well, you can.
Well, you can, but not legally.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
So, give me the info, man. What's your favorite?
I'm a Porsche guy, for sure.
Porsche guy? Yeah, he looks like a Porsche guy.
I like the 992 GT3.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It's the newest Porsche that came out, at least, you know, the most updated one with the double wishbone suspension, and everything is just, they made it really nice, like ergonomics of the cars.
Yeah.
And the RS version of it is also out. And people really want that car, but it's hard for us to attain it just because of how demanding it is.
Right.
But I just think that for me, Porsche are really like a driver's car. It's not the overwhelming fast like the Ferraris and Lamborghini, but it just gives you that spirit, you know, that you are really driving a car.
Yeah, you got me all, man. I'm like, dang, man, what?
Yeah, you gotta try it. Man. You gotta try it.
Now we gotta try it. So, I know recently word came down that that Vegas is getting Formula One, man. We're getting Formula One races. Obviously, a lot of stuff is happening in the city, a lot of excitement and everything. Have you guys seen an uptick and people coming in because of the announcement of Formula One? People are like, now all of a sudden, supercars, exotic cars, going fast is on people's brains?
To be honest with you, it hasn't really stopped since after COVID. It's been really, we're on the uptick where I think people just got excited after what happened during that time.
Right.
So now to us, you know, getting the Formula One, Super Bowl's coming next year, all this, there's now a baseball team or a baseball thing that they're doing. A lot of things is happening in town, but we're trying to keep up with it.
Yeah.
You know, but yes, it really affects, you know, the people that comes in and out here, and for different reasons now. You know, the hockey started it off too, you know, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely whatever is happening in town, we do get a big hit with it. And we just try to cater for them.
Now, Vegas is definitely a sports town. Brand new, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, since 2017, I guess. But do you guys get a lot of athletes or celebrities that stop in to?
Oh yeah, almost every month we'll have somebody that comes out, especially on the off season. You know, NBA, hockey, they're gonna start coming in. The whole team is gonna be here and playing with us. Some of them are coming back here, not like once or twice or 3 times a month, sometimes more because they get addicted to it. And they're friends with some of the instructors and of course the owners.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they show up. They bring their friends, their family. So
who's the biggest star that you've had, or who's your favorite, or was there one where you were just starstruck, like, oh my God, I can't believe it's so?
Actually, the starstruck one I would think was Kevin Schwantz.
Really?
Yeah, Kevin Schwantz came out here, and as a young kid, I was watching him on TV.
Yeah.
So that's pretty crazy for me. But who was that artist also? Jamie Foxx was here.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, it's always a riot when he's here because he brings a big group, you know. So
a big group. So in pecking order, it's probably Kevin, and then like Jamie Foxx, and then like me. I guess I'm third, right?
You're definitely third, a high third, you know.
Like high,
like because of, you know, Jamie Foxx. You know,
Yeah, I mean, he won an Oscar. That's the only reason I give him the nod. He won an Oscar. I got a Golden Globe and something, I think.
Michelle Rodriguez also comes out a lot.
Too Fast, Too Furious, man.
Because
Get out of here.
she's friends with the owner.
Really?
Yes.
Michelle Rodriguez. We were just talking about her the other day, man. All those movies and everything.
She's a big fan. She actually she can drive.
Really?
She can drive. That's why she's probably doing the fast.
I would imagine that. I mean, I would imagine movies like that. They probably put up through some kind of training,
Something, yeah.
something like that. So I'm betting they're pretty good drivers themselves, like Vin Diesel and all that. I don't know. We'll test it out, Michelle. Come on the show. Let's go driving.
Yeah,
right?
how about who
Let's
gets
do
the
that.
fastest time, right?
So if people want to come out, man, how do they find you guys? I know SpeedVegas.com is probably where you can get
And social
reservations.
media, you can
and
check
everything
us
else.
out on Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook. We have TikTok. We have everything. We're up to date, so we try to keep up with that. Maybe you get featured too when you come out here.
Hey, there you go. Because there's always camera crews. I mean, not just ours. When we got here, there was like a camera crew out there because a celebrity, we won't name, celebrity, his kid was out here doing some stuff. So, I don't want to ruin any surprises for stuff that may come out.
Yes.
But you never know who you're going to run into with celebrities, athletes. Or if you don't see anybody and it's just you and your friends having a dang good time, Speed Vegas is that place. So get out here, south end of the strip, speedvegas.com for all the reservations. And you know what? People come in here, they take the cars around. What kind of experience or memory do you hope they leave with?
Well, a lot of this too is people dream about owning these cars.
Right.
The closest, some people, the closest you can get to it is by driving it, but not only on the street. You drive it on the street, so you get the potential of the car, which makes the whole experience more exciting. And not only that, you're not only driving the car itself, you will get an instructor with you that will guide you and make sure that it's safe. So I haven't met anybody in 13 years that wasn't happy with their experience. So
There you go. Mike, thank you so much for your time, man.
sir.
Appreciate it.
of course.
Get out here, Speed Vegas, guys. It's Jeremy Long, Full Metal Traveler. It's Unscaled. Keep it right here.
Hi, I'm Ronnie the Tax Lady. Do you or your business owe money to the IRS? Then call me today and get qualified for CNC tax status, and you won't pay the IRS a dime. That's right. If you qualify for financial hardship through the CNC program, you won't pay the IRS a dime. Call now and speak with a tax professional, 800-927-4423. That's 800-927-4423. Or go to RonnieTheTaxLady.com.
Welcome back to Unscaled. It's Jeremy Long. And we've talked all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much to the folks over at Speed Vegas. We talked earlier about extreme tourism. Is it right or wrong? Should we continue to push those boundaries even though knowing the dangers? Or hey, is it just whatever, human nature? We talked about the most expensive and least expensive airports to fly in and out of domestically. Those answers might surprise you, right? They surprised me. Now we're gonna, we were gonna talk say what, but I don't think you can have say what without a Spiegelworld. Spiegelworld has been around Las Vegas for years. I know Absinthe just celebrated its 12th anniversary. The folks over there were wonderful enough to invite my wife and I to their 12th anniversary party. Always a good time. And at that party, they unveiled a couple of these things we are going to talk about. So these are all brand new this year from the folks at Spiegelworld. But you know what? I like our say what music. So I'm just going to give a pause right now to let that happen. Oh, by the way, I am talking to Michael Price, MP, if you guys didn't know that. I'm just kicking off a lot of things we're talking about. Hold on. Say what?
Say what?
Okay, great music. All right, we got the music underneath there. Hey man, we paid for it. We gotta use the music. So one of the things that they debuted, MP, is what they're calling No Pants.
Love that name.
No Pants. And they did a whole promotion around it that if you showed up without pants on, I know at one point for one of the shows you got a free burger. Another one of them you got a special discount and everything. Let me just kind of dive into what No Pants is. No Pants is a burger spot. It is right there at Caesars where the absinthe tent is, on the grounds, right outside, right out front. If you don't know, if you're not from Vegas, everyone else here does know. But it is a hangout. It's a burger spot. The food is fantastic. They have incredible cocktails. And it's located, like I said, in the Green Ferry Garden, right outside of Spiegelworld's absinthe tent. Now, you've been to the show, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen absinthe?
Twice. Yeah.
Every time is a little bit different.
Yep.
It's live action and comedy and they're so athletic. What do you call that? Just like, sometimes they have contortionists, sometimes they have acrobats. Like our producer's saying acrobats. They're screaming things at me. She gave me the finger. Thank you. So all kinds of stuff, and every time it's just a little bit different. They have acts that work in and work out and everything. But it has been, I think, in my opinion, am I wrong about this? It has been and remains, if not the best show, one of the best shows for your dollar here in Vegas.
No, it is. And for me, I saw it when I first got to Las Vegas. So, the original actors, or performers in the show. Then I saw it again with the thought of it would be a different group of actors. And it was the same ones, the original guy and the teeth and the whole, I was like,
the gazillionaire.
Yeah, that's him. That is him. And because I didn't know what to expect. But once you go there, it is one of the greatest shows. The fact that it's interactive, really puts it over the top, because nothing speaks more fun than to get the crowd itself involved with what's going on. And then, like you said, the acts themselves, it's up close and personal. You got to love the up close and personal effect of the show itself.
Yeah.
And, they're not light on the drinks.
Yeah.
They'll keep them coming.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
It's for the adults.
Yes.
Adults even. So No Pants, burgers, great cocktails, all kinds of food.
Smash burgers, from what I understand.
Smash burgers.
Oh, man, nothing
Incredible
better than
tater tots, things like that. But also they have like coffee if you're just looking for a nice pick-me-up and things. So it's a little bit of everything. No Pants right there. It's not absent. Another place that's right there in the whole vicinity of the Green Ferry Garden right there at Caesars is a new speakeasy. Now, speakeasies are kind of retaking the United States by storm, man. Speakeasies are popping up everywhere, especially here in Vegas, but no one does it quite like Spiegelworld, and this is the Pier 17 Yacht Club. So guests can check out the speakeasy. It's right there. Oh, oops, I got something flying around my head. Speaking of, it might be the Green Ferry that's flying around my head right now. But it's a fun lounge you can indulge in and enjoy your cocktail. But it is kind of one of these places you got to find. I don't want to ruin the surprise for anybody, so you have to go find the speakeasy.
You love doing that, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I love it. Absolutely love it. They have different, all over the town, they have different speakeasies that require different levels of interaction. But I do like this one because you have to find it.
Is there a speakeasy map out there?
There is. I think so. If not, I need to make one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You need to put that together and then look for your old fashions.
There you go.
Yeah, go for the old fashions, go to the speakeasies, and it's a hit. The Full Metal Travelers list of speakeasy, and not just in Vegas. We're talking about see the look on your face.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, I like the way you think there. Speaking of cocktails, speakeasies, and things like cocktails, old fashions. I meant, not speakeasies. There's new cocktails at the Ski Lodge. You know what the Ski Lodge is?
No, so you keep again. You don't tell me these things, so I get amazed every time you hit me with them, brother.
You think I'm just making it up? The Ski Lodge is a wonderful place where you can make that quick edit. Okay, so the Ski Lodge is inside of Super Freako at the Cosmo. So it is a nice. Well, I don't like to ruin it for people. I don't like to ruin the surprise for people. So it does have that cozy kind of cabin style to it. where you can go in and find drinks and everything. But really, I want you to go check it out. I like the air of mystery about it. So you can, if you've never been to Super Frico, inside Cosmo, it's Italian American and it's kind of playful. Like everything from Spiegelworld, it's playful. It's tongue in cheek, and it's better. It's better to be, it's better to see it and go check it out for yourself and form your own opinion, rather than me tell you about it. But just like any other place here, you're gonna have a good time. It's phenomenal to just be a part of and see what they do there and what they offer every step of the way. So just gotta rehash there. I mean, you have No Pants, you have Pier 17, Ski Lodge, and of course Opium. Little play on words there.
I see that.
Opium is Spiegelworld's hit space adventure. They've revamped the show. They've done a full kind of upgrade. Like I said, they're always playing with everything they do. Every show, every food offering, everything else they have. They're always throwing something else out there. But what else would you expect from the people behind Absinthe and Atomic Saloon and some of these really incredible shows? So brand new this year, a bunch of offerings from Spiegelworld, not to mention everything else they have in the pipeline that we just don't have time to chat about. But I want to thank them so much for reaching out to me, letting me know. Oh, there we go. There it is. I lost sound there for a second. For the folks there. Hey, look, we just roll with it. Jay-Z, one take, man. That's all we got time for. That's how we do it. So thank you for them to reaching out and letting us know. As always, I got to get in to see more and do more with Spiegelworld. That's just off the top of my head. I like everything they do. What?
I do too. No, I wasn't raising my hand.
Okay. I thought you were raising your
my hand. Like, no, I have something to say.
Okay. No, oh, yeah.
I'm going too. No. Well, you know what? What the real thing is to hit them just not in Las Vegas. Is to go to Atlantic City, to California, and see the differences.
Yeah.
That way you can kind of
all their stuff in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because I didn't know that these were shows that were national. I just assumed they're right here in Las Vegas. Because again, I say this, folks, he hits me with this information, so I'm blown away. Atomic Saloon, I know that they're one of my other radio group's clients, and I never thought anything about it. I just thought it was a strip thing, but like, probably a little more something to it.
Yeah.
And, the OPM show. So, being able to just get out here, see these things, go to different locations, and have some fun. And if you know anything about the Full Metal Traveler, we talk about pricing. And what's that thing about pricing, Jay?
It's relative and subjective to the individual. Don't like to mention it because what's expensive for you may not be expensive to me.
That's it.
But the best thing is go out on this trip, and no matter what money you spend, if you're going to spend it with a group like Spiegelworld, you're going to get your money's worth. You're going to have a great time, and it's going to be well worth it. So, Mike, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the folks at Speed Vegas and also our friends at Spiegelworld. And for everyone that listens and shares the show, we do appreciate everything that you do for us, right? Including just showing up, showered and shaved. Shaved. It's smelling good.
Gotta smell good. You like the hair. You told them the hair looked good, dude.
The hair looks good.
The hair looks good.
Yeah, you need some new razors, though.
Where are we going next week? I can't wait. I can't wait to see.
We'll find out.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh, I know we're up against it, but make sure you post those things from Speed Vegas so they can laugh at us.
Yeah, go find us everywhere on social media, Full Metal Traveler, or go to the website fullmetaltraveler.com. See the video of our times getting scared out of our minds, with the drivers over there, Bomac and company, doing his best to making sure the back seats and everything were.
I love when you just go PC.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say something, and I'm like, I already just told him to be shaved when they showed up. So anyway, for everyone here at Full Metal Traveler, I'm Jeremy Long. We'll see you next week.
Hi, I'm Ronnie the Tax Lady. Do you or your business owe money to the IRS? Then call me today and get qualified for CNC tax status, and you won't pay the IRS a dime. That's right. If you qualify for financial hardship through the CNC program, you won't pay the IRS a dime. Call now and speak with a tax professional, 800-927-4423. That's 800-927-4423. Or go to RonnieTheTaxLady.com.